Hi guys, Eevee Guy here. Welcome to my water type Nuzlocke. Today I will do a water type Nuzlocke challenge, and this is going to be one of the challenges of the first video series of Nuzlockes that I'm doing. Each generation divided by episodes. So welcome to episode 1 of my water type Nuzlocke. And this episode will start in Kanto, in Gen 1 games. Wow! Kanto, the first 151 Pokemon introduced in the main series. And all of those 151 Pokemon, we actually have a lot to choose for. We have 16 water type Pokemon to choose for. You see, in Gen 1 games, there is water everywhere. And the water type Pokemon you can have is Squirtle, Psyduck, Poliwag, Tentacool, Slowpoke, Seel, Shelder, Krabby, Horsey, Goldeen, Staryu, Magikarp, Lapras, Eevee, that will evolve into the water type Vaporeon, and Omanyte and Caputo. These last two, you have to choose one of the fossils. I'm sure this challenge will be easy, but you never know. Water types are weak against electric and grass types, but water types are strong against fire, ground and rock types. So with a little love and patience too, of course, I'm sure we can lead them to victory. So the rules for this challenge is if a Pokemon faints, is dead and must be boxed or released. I can only catch the first water type, or that will become a water type Pokemon after evolve in each route. Every time I defeat a gym leader, that gym will be my checkpoint. If I black out, I must reset from the last checkpoint. I will be playing set mode. I will use HM Mules if I need to. It's not really a rule, but you get me. My level cap will start level 15 and increase always 5 levels from the next gym. If it goes over level, I will put it in a box until it can be used again. This means I will not use the normal level cap from the gym leaders. For the first gym I will be a level 15, the second gym I will be level 20, and so on. This means this rule will bring advantages, but it will also bring disadvantages for myself. Of course I will still try to match the levels from the gym leaders, if I need to, the ones below the level of course. Some of you will not agree with my rules, especially the last one, and that's fair, I respect that, but those are my rules. So put a like on that video, subscribe to my channel, Eevee will appreciate, and come with me in this adventure. So we start in Pallet Town, and our starter for this run will be Squirtle, of course, and I name it Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Then the battle with our rival was complicated, but we managed. So after some training, I go face Brock, the rock type gym leader. But I don't need to tell you that with Tortuga, this gym was easy. Then on the way, Tortuga evolved into a turtle, so I buy the Magikarp from this guy on Poké Center, which I named Blue Dragon. And we pick the Dom fossil in Mount Moon. On Cerulean City, I go face my rival, where he starts with Pidgeotto. And a couple of water guns puts Pidgeotto down. The same goes for his Abra, Rattata, and Bulbasaur with Tackle. Unfortunately, I was using Tortuga to level up Blue Dragon, and when I finally made Blue Dragon evolve into Gyarados, Tortuga was way over level, so I needed to face Misty with only Blue Dragon. So to face our rival on water types, I send only Blue Dragon against Staryu, and 2 bites takes it down. Next is Starmie, which goes down with a few bites as well, winning as the second batch. Who is the best water trainer now, bitch? On SSN, I fight Jump one more time, but of course with Blue Dragon it was an easy fight using only Bite. So it's time to face Lieutenant Surge and his electric types, and yes, I will still use Blue Dragon, because, like I said, Tortuga was way over level. He starts with Voltorb, and 2 bites takes it down. Then Pikachu goes down with just 1 bite. Last is Raichu, and I go for Body Slam, and Raichu goes for Thunderbolt, both attacks making huge damage to each other. But Blue Dragon gets paralyzed, so on the next turn, Lieutenant Surge goes for X-Speed, and Blue Dragon gets through paralysis and we put Raichu down, winning as the third batch. Phew, that was close. We get to Celadon City, and we can get our next encounter, an Eevee, which I named Bubbles. Then on the department store, I buy 4 water stones. Then I go face Erika, the grass type gym leader. She starts with Victory Bell and I go with Blue Dragon. I go with Dragon Rage and Victory Bell uses Razor Leaf, making some damage until Victory Bell goes down. Next is Tangela and 2 Dragon Rages takes it down. Last is Violet Bloom and I use Dragon Rage. Violet Bloom goes for Mega Drain, but then I use a Body Slam which takes down Violet Bloom, winning as the 4th badge. Then on the Pokemon Tower is another rival fight. Pidgeotto goes down with 2 bites, Gyarados goes down as well with some bites, the Growlithe goes down with a Bubble Beam, then Kadabra goes down as well with bite, then Ivysaur with 2 Dragon Rages, winning the fight. Oh, and I noticed that I haven't evolved Bubbles into Vaporeon, so I pick up one of the Water Stones and that's what I did. And I don't know how I missed that. Then we get the best fishing rod in the game. So it's time for some fishing. On Route 12 I fish a Goldeen, which I name Fishqueen. Then I arrive to Fishia City and I go face Koga, the poison type gym leader. He starts with Coughing and I go with Tortuga. Coughing manages to poison Tortuga, but a few bites and water guns and Coughing goes down. Next is Muck, so I change for Blue Dragon. Then Muck goes for Minimize, but a few Thunderbolts and bites and Bubble Beams, and Muck goes down. Next is Coughing, which goes down with 2 Thunderbolts. Last is Whizzing, and it goes down with a couple of Thunderbolts and Bubble Beams. We win the 5th patch, and Tortuga evolves into Blastoise. On the Rocket HQ, it's another rival battle. It starts with Pidgeot and I send Fishqueen for some experience, then I change for Blue Dragon. Then a Thunderbolt and a bite later and Pidgeot goes down. Then his Gyarados goes down as well with Thunderbolt. Then Growlithe goes down with Bubble Beam. Then Alakazam comes out and uses Confusion, which makes Blue Dragon confused and makes it hit itself in Confuse twice. But then it goes down with a Body Slam. Then Venusaur comes out, which leaves Blue Dragon on the red, so I need to switch for Tortuga. And then Venusaur uses Razor Leaf, which crits and makes Tortuga go down. So I send next Bubbles and I go for Quick Attack. But then another Razor Leaf that crits takes Bubbles out as well. At this point I was getting nervous, so I send Blue Dragon, and accepting that I was going to lose, I go for Body Slam. But then Venusaur uses Leech Seed, and I'm able to finish Venusaur with another Body Slam. And even when I win, I didn't feel like a winner. This chump take 2 of my members, my starter and Bubbles. Damn, I was really furious. But there wasn't a way to turn back now. I took the Lapras from this guy and I name it Ice Shell. So I go face Giovanni. His Nidorino go down with 2 Thunderbolts, his Kangaskhan with 2 Thunderbolts, his Rhyhorn with a single Bubble Beam, then his Nidoking with 2 Bubble Beams, winning the fight. Time to face Sabrina, the Psychic type gym leader. She starts with Kadabra and I go with Blue Dragon. Kadabra goes down with a Body Slam, her Mr. Mime with 2 Body Slams that paralyze it, then her Venomoth go down with 2 Bubble Beams. Then her Alakazam goes down with a Body Slam that crit, winning us the 6th patch. Now it's time to relax and go for some fishing. On Route 24 I fish a Psyduck and I name it Duckster. On Pallet Town I fish a Tentacool and I name it Squid. And on Route 19 I fish a Staryu, which I name Starfish. Then on the lab on Cinnabar Island I revive the Dawn fossil that I get on Mount Moon and I name it Old Shell. Then after some training, I pick one of the water stones and evolve Starfish into Starmie. Old Shell evolve into Kabutops, Squid into Tentacruel, and Fishqueen into... Seeking? So, you are a king, not a queen. Sorry about that. Then it's time to face Blaine, the Fire-type gym leader. And of course, all of his Pokemon fall with the move Surf from Old Shell, winning an easy 7th patch. So then I go face Giovanni, the Ground-type gym leader. I go with Old Shell again, while Giovanni sends Rhyhorn, which falls with a Surf. Then his Doctrine falls as well, but not before making some damage to Old Shell. So when Nidoqueen comes out, I change for Starfish. And then Nidoqueen, Nidoking, and Rhydon fall with a single surf each. So we win the last badge. So it's time to face our rival again. It starts with Pidgeot and I go with Ice Shell. An Ice Beam and Body Slam puts Pidgeotto down. Then it's Rhyhorn, which goes down with a single surf. Next is Gyarados, so I change for Blue Dragon for a mirror match. Then Blue Dragon takes down Gyarados with a single Thunderbolt. And Growlithe next as well with a single surf. Then Alakazam comes next, which makes a good damage with Psychic. Then a Body Slam also makes a good damage on it. Then I change for Ice Shell again and Alakazam recovers. I go for Ice Beam and Body Slam, which paralyzes, which means now Alakazam is more slower, so another Body Slam and Alakazam goes down. Next is Venusaur, which goes for Vine Whip and leaves Ice Shell on 3 HP. Then I go for Ice Beam, which makes a lot of damage on Venusaur and freezes it. So the next Ice Beam takes Venusaur out and we win the fight. We get to the Pokemon League and this is the team I will use against the Elite Four. Let's see if we can make it. And the first of the Elite Four is Lorelei. I just send Blue Dragon, which takes down Dewgong, Cloyster and Slowbro down with Thunderbolt. Then Jinx with the Fire Blast and Lapras with a Thunderbolt. An easy fight. Next is Bruno. And we don't talk about this guy. But we can talk about how all of his Pokemon go down. I send Starfish and a single Surf takes Onix. Then a single Psychic takes down Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, then a single Surf the second Onix. Then a single Psychic takes down Machamp, winning the fight. Next is Agatha. I go with Starfish again and all of our Poison type team go down with a single Psychic. Well, except the second Gengar, that one take 2 Psychers, but we win the fight. Next is Lance, and against his Gyarados I send Blue Dragon, which takes down Gyarados with a single Thunderbolt. Then for the rest of his team I change for Ice Shell, which I use Ice Beam for the both Dragonairs, then a Surf for Aerodactyl, then another Ice Beam for Dragonite, and we win the fight. So it's time to face the champion, our rival. He goes with Pidgeot and I go with Blue Dragon. A single Thunderbolt takes Pidgeot down. Next is Alakazam, so I change for Old Shell, which takes down Alakazam with a single slash that crit. Next is Rhydon, which goes down with a single Surf. And then is Gyarados, and I change back to Blue Dragon and take down Gyarados with a single Thunderbolt. Next is Arcanine, and I change for Fish Queen and I use Waterfall. Then a Horn Attack to take Arcanine out. Next is Venusaur, so I change for Squid, which takes a Mega Drain. Then I go for Wrap, which takes some time, but I'm doing some damage. We miss one and Venusaur make a lot of damage, but we still continue to hit until Chomp heals Venusaur and one of the Wraps miss again, so Squid goes down with Solar Beam, because I was reckless. Then I send Ice Shell, which use Ice Beam and then a Body Slam to take Venusaur down, becoming the champion, winning the fight and the run. Well, this run wasn't that difficult. Well, yes, I still lost 3 months, but even so, it wasn't that hard. I mean, the Elite Four was a piece of cake. The ones that scared me was Lieutenant Surge and Erika the most, but we still managed to pass by them. I can't wait to see what I can do with the water types in Johto. I hope you enjoy watching this challenge as much as I enjoy playing it. Put a like on that video, that helps me a lot, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Eevee will also appreciate. I hope I see you in the next time. Peace!